Welcome once again to Commander by Danon. I'm excited to announce that this channel is sponsored by Ultimate Guard. Ultimate Guard makes these beautiful solid color playmats, like this one in a gorgeous shade of crimson. One of my favorite things about Ultimate Guard is their vibrant color palette. This mat is surprisingly thick and much smoother than other playmats I've used before. And since it's my favorite color, this one will probably be my go-to from now on. Find out if your game store carries Ultimate Guard products, or check the link to their Amazon store below. Today's video was brought to us by longtime Patreon supporter Muffins. Huge thanks to Muffins and the rest of my Patreon supporters. Muffins reached out asking for a Super Friends deck led by the upcoming Planeswalker commander, Commodore Guff. But before we get started, I'd like to quickly ask you to like and subscribe. It really does help the channel, and it's free. With that out of the way, let's get into the video. Commodore Guff is a 4-mana legendary Planeswalker with 5 loyalty who can be our commander. He makes it so that at the beginning of our end step, we put a loyalty counter on another Planeswalker we control. We may add a loyalty counter and create a 1/1 red wizard creature token with tap, add 1 red. Spend this mana only to cast a Planeswalker spell. Or we may remove 3 loyalty to draw X cards, as well as deal X damage to each opponent, where X is the number of Planeswalkers we control. So Commodore Guff is both card advantage and mana ramp in the command zone. But not just generic. He's a commander who wants us to run as many Planeswalkers as possible, which is why I'm excited for him. So we'll want to run a bunch of Planeswalkers in the deck. Now, I firmly believe you can build a powerful deck on a budget, but not all archetypes can be built on a budget. Muffins understood this, so he asked for about a $600 budget for this deck. After all, a lot of Planeswalkers are $20 or more. Additionally, I don't judge Planeswalkers on their ultimate abilities, because you can't guarantee that they'll ever get there. Instead, I judge them on their static abilities and their loyalty abilities that we can trigger when they first hit the table. If we ever get to an ultimate, great, but the plan is to win the game without that. But before we get to our deck list, we should keep in mind our checklist. 50 mana sources, usually split between 37 lands and 13 pieces of ramp. 10 pieces of card advantage, 8 to 10 pieces of spot removal, 2 to 3 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate, and 1 sudden I win card. Command Tower, Exotic Orchard, Mystic Monastery, Karn's Bastion, Scalding Tarn, Arid Mesa, Flooded Strand, Misty Rainforest, Bloodstained Mire, Marsh Flats, Rogran Triome, Steam Vents, Sacred Foundry, Hallowed Fountain, Training Center, Spectator Seating, Sea of Clouds, Storm-Carved Coast, Sundown Pass, Deserted Beach, Sulphur Falls, Clifftop Retreat, Glacial Fortress, Volatile Fjord, Alpine Meadow, Glacial Floodplain, Scavenger Grounds, Reliquary Tower, 3 islands, 2 mountains, and 3 plains. Teferi, who slows the sunset, Chandra, Torch of Defiance, Chandra, Dress to Kill, Narset of the Ancient Way, Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, Talisman of Creativity, Talisman of Conviction, Talisman of Progress, Izzet Signet, Boros Signet, Chromatic Lantern, and Mind Stone make up our mana ramp package. Teferi, Master of Time, Teferi, Hero of Dominaria, Tezzeret, Artifice Master, Teferi, Temporal Pilgrim, Whirlwind of Thought, Echo of Eons, Underworld Breach, Rhystic Study, Teferi's Ageless Insight, Experimental Augury, Enlightened Tutor, and Descend from Avernus make up our card advantage package. Narset Parter Avails, Karn, the Great Creator, The Wanderer, Counterspell, Dovin's Veto, Generous Gift, Chaos Warp, Arcane Denial, Narset's Reversal, Vandal Blast, and a Braid make up our interaction package. Farewell, Supreme Verdict, Urza's Ruinous Blast, Blasphemous Act, Wrath of God, and Vanquish the Horde. Saheeli, Sublime Artificer, Chandra, Acolyte of Flame, Chandra, Awakened Inferno, and Sarkhan the Masterless make up the rest of our Planeswalkers, but we should probably have some Oath of Teferi, Deification, Teferi's Talent, Rowan's Talent, Elspeth's Talent, Flux Channeler, Deep Glow Skate, Oath of Gideon, Ichor-Moon Gauntlet, All Will Be One, Lae'zel Vlaakith's Champion, Mila, Crafty Companion, Spark Double, Inexorable Tide, Rings of Bright Hearth, and the Chain Veil are all here to support or amplify our Planeswalkers. Now that we have our deck list, we should compare it to our checklist. 51 mana sources split between 36 lands, 14 pieces of ramp, and our commander. 13 pieces of card advantage, including our commander. 11 pieces of interaction. 6 board wipes. 3 pieces of graveyard hate in Echo of Eons, Farewell, and Scavenger Grounds. No sudden I win cards, but lots of synergy. A deck like this doesn't rely on winning out of nowhere. Instead, it seeks to gain tons of synergy. But 2 cards make our deck that much better if we have them on board. Oath of Teferi and the Chain Veil. Which is why the only tutor in our deck is Enlightened Tutor. You'll note that we have 4 pieces of spot removal that are capable of taking out the Immortal Sun. You want multiple ways to take that card out, and there probably won't be a ton of targets we'll want to use that spot removal on. And as far as defending against players who have hordes of creatures, that's why we're running 6 board wipes. Now, the pre-constructed deck isn't out yet, and we won't have a deck list for at least a month. But I'm excited for this commander, and will probably be picking up the Precon. Which of the new Precons from Commander Masters are you most excited about? Thanks for tuning in. Once again, a huge shout out to my editor Cute Stuff. I couldn't make these videos without her. If you'd like to hire her to edit your own videos, she can be reached at cutestuff.edits@gmail.com. Link is down below. If you're looking for ways to support the channel directly, you can head on over to patreon.com/Danon. One of the tiers is specifically set up for Commander. For only $25, I will build you a custom Commander deck based around your specifications and even do a deck video on it. I also wanted to give a quick shout out to all of my patrons: Waffles, Jiraiya, Muffins, Marcus, Phoenix Abice, Squishy Brett, Roxy, Josh, Sean, Pob Zombie, Mark, Danny, Alex, John, Ignis, Daniel, and Steve. You guys are awesome. I post new Commander deck videos often, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified of new videos. Also, if you're a fan of anime and manga like I am, feel free to check out my other channel, Musings by Danon. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again next time on Commander by Danon.